guys, today we're going to be taking a look at my $260,000 portfolio. And that means we're going to see, what I invest in and how long I've been investing and seeing, what could be things that I'd be buying in the near future. Well, as you guys may know, there's a lot of changes going on in the economy, and some things just make you think, okay, what could I be changing and what could I be doing to make my portfolio better? Well, I'm someone that likes to keep it a simple approach. I've been investing in some of my ETFs for a very long time, and you will see that when we take a look at this portfolio, like I said, it's about $260,000. It was a lot more at the end of 2024, and we just had kind of a big dip right now here in the U.S. market. So let's kind of jump in and let's take a look and see, how am I doing? All right, let's get to it. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so here is my net worth chart, and we're going to be looking at some of these things right here. Now, my first number one asset right here is VTI. And like I said, I've been investing in this for a very long time, and so right now it takes up about almost 74% of my portfolio. Now, I said in one of my earlier videos that VTI could be one of the best buy and hold ETFs that you could buy and hold for the long term. And so I've been buying and holding for this for the long term, and in recent years I've been getting into different things, like into more growth stocks and also some dividend stocks to kind of even that out. So my next holding right here is like VXUS. In the past, I was investing into internationals, and I kind of switched that up into more growth. So we got some growth right here with VGT 2022, VGT, and QQQ, and were some of the biggest ones I was investing in because the market was down. The Nasdaq was down 33% at that point. And so when I invested in those, they kind of skyrocketed in 2023 and 2024. And right now they're back on sale. So I'm still kind of plunging around and putting some more money into that. Then I've got SEHD, and the rest is some individual stocks and some other ETFs. I got AVUV as my small caps. I even have VGLT, which is like 0.5%, which is not much. And the rest of them are kind of some small holdings that I have in my fund portfolio. My main portfolios right now are sitting in Vanguard, and I've got a fund portfolio sitting in M1 Finance, which has got some individual stocks plus VTI and QQQM. And so I'm putting some of my money into those, and I'm trying to kind of grow my portfolio for the long term because, every day I'm trying to reach that goal of having enough money to kind of retire, and that is the goal. And so that's why we're taking a look at this. We're seeing, how close I've been doing, and that's pretty good. I started off very small, and then when I got married, my wife and I kind of combined our finances, and we're like, right now we didn't have kids, and so we wanted to kind of put money and try to get that money and snowball growing. So my goal was like, see how fast we can put as much money as possible and grow it to about $100,000. Well, we were putting in maybe anywhere between $20,000 and $30,000 per year after we got married, and then we decided, once we hit that 100,000, we were kind of seeing how can we have a kid, and we were having some issues, and so we spent a lot of money on fertility treatments. We had a kid without using fertility treatments, which was a blessing from God. And so now we are continuing to kind of grow our net worth. We're trying to grow our jobs and even, be there and have time for our kids. So that's just part of kind of this investment journey. Not every day is the same. And so every year is a little bit different. And that's why we're taking a look at this. You can see as we come down a little bit, right now I kind of changed kind of the percentages of what I wanted in this portfolio. Originally I probably had 76% and 77%, 80% in US stocks. Right now I kind of changed it to 58%. I want also like 28% in more of growth, and got a little bit of percentage in international stocks, some small caps, and some dividends. Get that 100%. Now, as you can see at the bottom of this, I had discrepancy. I could sell off that VTI, but I'm just going to continue to add more into my growth. So then I can have some more growth as part of this portfolio. Now, if you want one of these kind of spreadsheets, in the comments, let me know. Say net worth, and I'm going to send you one of these spreadsheets so you can download it for yourself. So let me know in the comments. Say net worth, and I will give you one of these spreadsheets. Now, so this is, like I said, my net worth chart, and as you can see, I've got some pie charts to add to it, and you can do this any way you want. All you have to do is, I've got the ticker symbol VTI right here. So I'll put that ticker symbol here, and with the price, all I do is put equals Google Finance and put VTI there. It'll have the updated price, and you can add how many shares you have, and it'll give you the value. And that's it. And you can put the percentage as you want, and you can also add the US, international. I put these as myself, so you guys can do that yourself if you want to. Just take a look. Like I said, in the comments, put net worth. All right, now let's look at my personal capital and net worth kind of tracking. Now it's powered by Empower, and it used to be personal capital, and now it's Empower. And so as we can take a look, here is some of the balances. And as we can say, we can take a look, I've got it started off in 2019, a long time ago. And as you can see, it's gone up and up and up and up, and it kind of plateaued around for 2022. Yeah, market kind of went down a bit in 2022, and then it started going back up, and it continues to go up. Right now, it says 239,000. Now it's probably missing my M1 Finance, which has got about 20,000, so that equals up to, like I said, $260,000. And which is great. Now we take a look at the performance over this long term. I put this at the first of 2020, and who knows, some point. And as you can see, for the last almost 5 years, it's done a pretty good job, and it's gone up and up. And the U.S. stock, if we put U.S. stock right here instead of blended, has been on track with U.S. stock. U.S. stock has beat me a bit. That's because I had some internationals, and I've got some dividends, and it's kind of beat me throughout the years. Well, that's okay, and right now I am actually winning, which is pretty cool. That's because I've got like SEHD, I got some great dividends in there, and even internationals is up right now, so that's kind of helping me kind of even out. Now that's just a little bit about my stock portfolio. Like I said, it's about 260,000. It used to be more, but due to these dips that are happening, it just keeps on dipping and dipping. And after these tariffs, it could dip even more. That just means it's kind of a flash sale. It's time for me to buy things that are on sale. Like, I can start buying some more growth, like VGT, QQQ, or even SCHG. Those things are right now on big time sales, so it's a good time to kind of buy and hold. And hopefully when things kind of come out, people will start buying more things, and consumerism kind of does uptick, and the economy goes back up, and then the stock market will continue to grow and grow. Now, I'm going to try to see if I could do this maybe every quarter, maybe every month. Who knows? But after that first quarter, I just wanted to kind of give you a portfolio update, show you like my portfolio, kind of be more transparent. I continue to say I like VTI. I don't have any VOO, as you can see. I have AVUV, which is a small cap. It's a small percentage. And I've got VGT and QQQM. And those are some things that I have been adding to my portfolio. Now, like I said in some of my past portfolios, having SEHD and SEHG is a great two-fund portfolio to beat the S&P 500, and you can see that throughout the years. Now, you guys can make your own portfolio, see what you guys can do, and see what things can change. Throughout life, things do change. And so when we start off, we need to accumulate wealth. So we try to invest as much as we can. That's what my wife and I were doing. We were putting as much as we can, saving anywhere between 50 to 60% of our income, and putting that straight into the stock market. Now, at that point, I was just putting it into VTI because, it was a great, stable ETF, and I just didn't know as much. And so we just kept on plunging away, enjoying life, hiking, camping, living life, traveling to different countries. And then, at some point we decided, it's time to start having a baby. And so we were just trying to change money. And right now we do have a kid. And so it's great because now we are trying to focus on how can we create like a good good wealth? How can we maybe save up for maybe a house? How can we do so many other things? So during life, things change. Wealth changes. Mindset changes. So if you can start early, start investing early, then you can get that snowball rolling and continue to grow for the long term. All right, that's just a little bit about my portfolio, and I hope you kind of got a little bit of some information. If you want kind of that chart, let me know in the comments. Say net worth, and I'll link you to a chart that you guys can download. You guys can change it the way you want it, and you guys can start tracking your net worth and have these cool little charts. All right, I'll check you guys later on the next video. See you.